We'll sit comfortably either on your heels or with your legs crossed, placing the left hand down onto the floor and kind of pushing the mat away from your body, raising the right arm, bending that elbow and reaching upward. Keep pushing the mat slightly away from your body, and then we're going to rotate, lengthening that arm away without raising your shoulder, without bringing it to your ear. Just lengthening away and keep pushing the mat, rotating it back, lower it down, placing it on the floor and switching sides. Again, lengthen. Think about lengthen rather than bending. Pushing the mat away with your right hand now, extending that arm up and gently rotating toward the floor. Return, and we'll repeat 2 more times, a bit faster on each side. Rotate, keep pushing, keep lengthening. And down, and rotating, reach away. You're elongating that arm away from, think about elongating it away from your hip, okay? And down, and last one. Pushing the mat away and bringing it back. Okay, now we'll get up. And just as I said, if you have your rod, your bar, your mop handle, or a towel or a band, we'll be holding it like this. And we'll start with raising our arms up only as far as it feels comfortable for your shoulder. Okay? And keeping our feet firmly on the ground. We're going to bend slightly our knees, and with your spine straight, nice and long, hinge at your hips, reaching forward with the crown of your head and reaching backward with your sit bones. Okay, press into your feet evenly and coming back up. Lower the rod for a quick break. Again, or towel, right? Again, knees are soft. We're not shifting the weight onto the heels. We're keeping it equally distributed in between the front and back of your feet. Reaching forward, lengthening those arms away from the shoulder joints, pressing into the feet. Lower the bar down, and last one, lifting it, bending knees slightly, hinging at your hips, reaching backward with the sit bones. Your tummy is in, your toes are relaxed. Reach away. Imagine someone's pulling the rod away from you. Press into the feet. Slowly come up, lower it down. Okay. Now we're keeping our towel or rod or band and placing the feet about pelvis width distance apart. Make sure you're not bringing your shoulders up. They're down. Okay, the shoulder blades are drawn down along your spine. And we'll start bending to the side, but think not about like bending, but rather lengthening and reaching diagonally upward. Okay, so, and when you've reached comfortable position, take this hand that's higher, okay, the top one, and kind of think about someone pulling it away without letting your shoulder blade raise. Just kind of give it additional stretch and switch side. Again, lengthening to the side, feet are firmly on the floor. Okay, make sure you're not arching your lower back. We keep our pelvis neutral. Okay, so slowly out to the side, pause and lengthen that top arm away without raising your shoulder. and pressing into the feet, coming back up. If you need a little break, you always can lower your piece of equipment. And one more time on each side. Lengthening to the side, imagining someone's pulling that top arm away from your body, not losing our neutral curve in your lower back, pressing into the floor, coming back up. Keep breathing, lengthening away the arm and pushing into the floor with your feet. Lower it down. Awesome. Okay, now we'll give a little break to our arms. What we're going to do, we are going to do this kind of movement. Okay, so we'll work with our right hand now. So I'm grabbing it like this. So my hands are on top of the object, your towel, a rod. We're keeping the left arm down, and the right one, we're taking it over and bringing behind your back and back. You can bring your feet a bit closer together so that they're hip width distance apart. Over and down. The right arm is moving that end over your head and forward. Again, remember about your neutral spine, neutral curve in your lower back. So we're not tilting pelvis forward or backward too much. It's just in between. Equal weight on both feet. Down. And when you're bringing it behind your back, don't stick your rib cage forward. Try to keep it over your pelvis. Okay, and keep going. Couple more times. Feel the stretch. And last one, let's pause right here. It feels so good. Slide your shoulder blades down and extend the crown of your head upward toward the sky, and gently move while keeping that rod or towel against your back. We're going to gently rotate the rib cage from one side to the other, while keeping our pelvis stable. And now we can allow the pelvis move along. Bend your knees slightly and move your upper body along with your pelvis. Let your knees move in and out the way it feels comfortable for you. Awesome. Okay, now taking that hand over and in front of your body and working with the other arm, right? So now left arm lifts the bar, takes it over the head and behind your back. Make sure your pelvis is neutral. And over and pause. Keeping our shoulders down. Okay, very gently and slowly with control. One shoulder might feel different from the other. That's totally fine. As long as you don't feel it, as this movement doesn't target any pain, you're fine. Okay, there might be mild discomfort, but if it's pain, if you're experiencing pain, the exercise is not for you. Okay, just skip it. Maybe you just want to go only as high as it feels comfortable. Okay, and about 3 more times. Nice. Remember not to stick your rib cage forward. Good. Keeping it right here. And we're going to bend from one side, pushing that hip to the side first. So if I'm going to bending toward my right, I'm going to push the left hip out first and then lengthen diagonally to the side. Okay. So then the right hip pushing to the side and bending. And remember, it's a long kind of a bend. We don't want to fold at your side. but rather lengthen, extend. Push that hip out and extend. Again, hip out. Reach diagonally. Hip out. Great job. One more time on each side. Pushing that hip. And last one. We're not hinging. We're keeping our torso straight, okay? In line with the pelvis. Okay, now place it down and we'll take just a little break for our arms and we'll continue. So we are turning the right foot out to the side, crossing your arms on your chest, and we're gonna bend and lengthen again by shifting that hip out, bend to the side, and then take it forward slowly to the side, pressing that right foot into the floor, coming back up. 3 more times. 3 more repetitions. Slowly forward, pressing the right foot into the floor and lengthen the spine upward. Again, not bending, lengthening. Even when we're moving forward, we keep our spine long. Reaching forward with the crown of your head, okay, when moving forward. Right here, extending. Feet are firm on the floor. And back, pressing that foot into the floor, lengthening your spine upward. Okay, we'll switch sides. Now the right foot is out, toes looking away, and crossing. Again, as you bend to the side, you're pressing that foot into the floor and pushing the hip slightly out and lengthening the spine. Keep it nice and long. As you're returning back to the upright position, press that foot evenly into the floor. And again, hip, lengthen, forward, keeping that length. Press the foot into the floor, coming back up. 2 more repetitions. Hip, elongate, keeping your abs engaged slightly to give you spine support while it's moving. And one more time. Exhale. Keep breathing normally. It usually feels natural to exhale when you're rounding forward, right? And inhale when you're doing this. But for some people, when they have lower back issue and you need extra stabilization, you might want to, when you're extending, you might want to exhale actually, okay? Not inhale, but exhale. And inhale when bending forward or curving forward. Okay, last exercise with the rod. Okay, so we'll again keeping the same foot position. It's just we're going to take it a bit further away from the other foot and lifting that rod up. What we'll do, we'll push the hip away and we're going to bend only as far down as it feels comfortable for you. Okay, here you would engage your core like in an amazing way you can possibly think. Okay, so hip out, bending as low as it feels under control, pressing into the feet to come back up. Again, pushing that hip to the side a bit, lower, and back up, hip, and up. Now we're going to add another movement, okay? When we're coming back up, we are going to lift that hand and extend our spine upward without really I don't want you to do the arching of your lower back. What I want you to think of is extending your rib cage upward and also pulling your pubic bone upward toward the rib cage. Okay, so let's try it. So lifting that and pressing into the feet and coming back again into the same hip, lower down, pressing into the feet. The other hand is coming up, extending that arm, pulling your rib cage up. That would make your abdominals engage for sure. Hip, look down, and extend upward. Keep your shoulder blade down. Don't let it slide up towards your shoulders. And press into the feet. Use those feet for support. And extending up. Nice. Oh, that feels so good. Okay, now we're switching sides. Again, a wide step to the side. Just comfortably wide. Okay. Lifting that rod. Again, starting with the hip movement to the side. Going only as low as it feels comfortable. Make sure in this exercise not to push your hips back. Okay, you're keeping your pelvis stable and going only as low as it feels under control. Okay, keep going. In this position, if you feel comfortable and you feel like your core is holding you well, you can even try sliding that top arm higher. But don't overextend, please. Keep breathing. Okay, and now we're moving backward, rotating the rib cage, extending it upward, and again lengthening that arm away from the shoulder, letting your hand even maybe slide a bit upward along the rod or towel. Again, open it up. Keep breathing. Again, if you have low back issues, you would want to exhale right here and inhale right here. Although there are going to be some breath in between. And pressing to come up. Lengthening that arm upward. Make sure your low back is not being compressed. So we're thinking about lengthening that arm, the rib cage upward, and pubic bone is getting pulled up to the bottom of your rib cage. Okay, nice. Awesome. Okay, now we'll just do some circular motions, to release if there's any strain maybe in your lower back, which could be, with these kind of exercises. So we're going to bend to the side, lengthen forward. If you can, go lower. Your knees are bent, and out to the side. And down, forward, very gently and under control, rotating your rib cage, extending upward. Think about extending your spine, not like sharply bending it. And last one, and we'll switch direction. Okay, coming back up and switching direction. Going the other way for big, slow circles. Staying within your own range of motion, rounding that back, breathing into your lower back. 2 more times. And last one. Bending the knees, pressing into your feet, coming back up. Okay, awesome. Oh my goodness. I love these kind of exercises. I do them as a warm-up before my upper body workout or core workout.